Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Take care. Have a good flight.
All right, buddy.
Good luck.
What's up, big dog? You ready?
So this is the 50-state tour, where we're going to all 50 states giving out gifts to kids with cancer and other different ailments. So our goal and our mission is to bring smiles and bring Christmas cheer to kids across this country. Each tour is exciting. There's a adrenaline rush because you never know who you're going to meet, how long it's going to take, but they're special and they make a huge impact. When Yuri makes these visits during the Christmas tour, he's normally dressed up with his mask on and a superhero suit. What he's doing is something special. Not too many people who go to all 50 states dressed as different superheroes, bringing joy to kids. He loves doing it. So the families with terminal illnesses, 2 families and kids with low incomes, kids with special needs, kids with disorders and labels and things like that. There are people out there that care. There are people out there that want to help you. Me and my friend Yuri were going on a 50-state tour, state by state, 2 guys on a mission to bring smiles across America. Just looking forward to whichever one we do next.
What's that? No.
Film a documentary.
Documentary?
Yeah, man.
Good luck.
Thanks, buddy.
Right there.
Right here. You sick, look up.
Got it, but that's shit.
The other kids, we just give them this in the hand.
Girl, one girl, eh?
See that pony there right there? My little pony.
Arrived.
So Raising Men and Women Long Care Service is a non-profit organization that I founded back in 2015. I remember one night just asking God to use me as his vessel. It happened a few years later, and that was that moment when I came across the elderly man mowing his lawn. So I done what anyone would do. I pulled over and helped him out. I believe God was preparing me for that moment, and now every single day I'm out mowing lawns for those in need and encouraging the next generation to do the same.
Man, that guy. No, man, all jokes aside, he saved my life, actually.
So my first 50-state moving tour was adventurous. Here I am, wanting to travel to all 50 states, and before that, the farthest I ever driven was 3 hours or so. And I'm deciding to go to all 50 states to make people more aware of my organization and encourage kids to sign up for our 50-yard challenge. I think on my 3rd stop, I stopped in Little Rock, Arkansas. I got a chance to meet Mr. Tommy Norman, who's an officer in the Little Rock community. I reached out to Officer Tommy Norman, asking him, did he know anyone that I could mow for in that area, and I'd love the chance to meet. So I did, and during that time meeting him, he went live on his Instagram.
Rodney, you're from Bermuda?
Yeah,
and you're here in North Rock, Arkansas. I'll let you take over from here. It's real powerful what you're doing here.
Right now I'm doing something called 50 States, 50 Lawns. I'm going to each state and cutting a lawn for someone who's either elderly, disabled, a single parent mother, or a veteran.
You asked me to choose a couple that needed the help. We got Ronika here, and we got Jesse, her husband, and then Davey is visiting. But I can't thank you enough for what you're doing. This is a movement.
My mother's death actually channeled me into giving back to those in need, because the period after my mother passed away, and I remember going to work, and like I always do, I would call my mother about 5:45 before I went in at 6, dialing up her number, and put it to my ear, and just ringing, and it went to voicemail, and then that's when it just hit me, like, I'm not gonna talk to my mother again, and I just poured out tears galore, and I called a job. Give me like an hour so I could get myself back together, I don't know why I did it, but I picked up the phone and created an Instagram account. First person to pop up was Officer Tommy Norman. Great officer and great person. Second person that popped up was Hip Hop Trooper. He was on the Explorer page. I saw it. And he dresses up as a red stormtrooper I love Star Wars since I was a kid, and I love both the acts that they were doing. So slam those guys together, and that's how a future superhero actually got started.
Yuri Williams, man. I guess a guy named Yuri Williams was watching this Instagram video.
Rodney was doing his mowing tour, and he was in Arkansas. I'm like, damn, this is a good thing that he's doing, So when he made it to California, I hit him up.
I love what you're doing, man. I love to meet you and sit down and take you to lunch. I looked at my message like, take me to lunch.
Went to lunch and I told him, and I don't even know this guy, I said, look, man, I love what you're doing. I don't want to just go on this tour, and 4 tours later, I haven't been depressed since. So I'm thankful for God introducing me to him because he saved my life.
I'm here with Yuri from LA, Rodney from Huntsville, Alabama. Going 50 states, right?
I'm Lawrence. He's dressing up as Spider-Man.
Dressing up as Spider-Man.
I'm Lawrence, free for the elderly, disabled, single moms, and veterans. He's dressing up as Spider-Man. We're going to children's hospitals, making home visits to kids who have cancer.
Right? I love it. I love it. Thank you for what you do. It's nothing small. It's really, really big that you're traveling the world to uplift people's spirits. So I salute you for that.
Just genuine people that were taught from our parents how to give back. When we went on this tour, man, it was just a relief. It turns you into a kid, and I always tell people the most memorable times of most people's lives are when you're a kid. These kids are going through different things, but they are fighters. My mom was a fighter, and these kids are fighters, and we just have to be there for them, uplift them, and anything that they want to do. We just want to share that love and compassion with everybody we meet.
Seth and Kyler's family. Seth has cancer and is currently battling cancer. Kyler also had DIVG like David, and we actually connected David and Kyler together, and they went to a lot of activities with Gilda's Club. So Gilda's Club has been a great partner. We started participating with them early. We went to a Mardi Gras celebration, and it was the first time David Jr. ever wanted to get his face painted. We started attending Saturday morning family crafts because he loved to make stuff. Gilda's Club was just a place to kind of go and be, from summer camps to the holiday parties and activities. So it was an opportunity to go out and to meet other kids, similar to David that had cancer, to kind of help him connect with others around him too.
I got some very excited kids. So we got some Star Wars fans.
Good.
They're gonna love your Star Wars outfit.
Yeah.
I met David on the first 50 state tour. I remember Yuri was dressed up as Spider-Man.
They were wanting to meet with childhood cancer families. David Jr. was a huge Spider-Man fan. I'm like, this is how we're gonna meet Spider-Man. They showed up at our house, and the cousins came over and they gave them all toys too, Spider-Man dolls.
We had some family members over and they just had a good time. So you got to really see him be a kid.
Something totally unexpected, and then they shared this beautiful, very thoughtful glass blown heart necklace, which matches our shirts perfectly. And that was the first time we met them. Yuri was Spider-Man. David was super excited. They did web slinger poses. The cousins were ecstatic. It was just another best day ever. And then they came every year since. If they come to Kentucky, they would come to see David.
The kid that has cancer, what's going on?
He has a form of leukemia.
Okay.
I think, pretty sure. His mom's here. And then Kyler's family, his older brother's here. Kyler had DIVG just like David, and they were friends and knew each other.
What was that family we met last time?
Caden. Caden's family. He's still doing really well.
Okay.
Welcome to Gilda's Club. Nice to have you all. I'm Lori. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Hello, buddy.
Hey,
What's your name?
Seth.
Seth. You know who this is?
How are you? I'm a biker scout. I got Baby Yoda in the car.
How old are you, Seth?
7.
7. Wow. You won the list, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the list.
Okay, have a
He's on
seat
the list.
right there.
I have a kind of cancer, and I'm in farming for 5 years.
5 years.
And I named my or stormtrooper.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh man.
How many times have you had cancer?
5 times.
Oh,
He's a warrior.
he's a warrior.
You had to give him an honorary nickname. You got to give him something cool.
I really liked everything.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
My favorite boy wrestler is probably Hulk Hogan.
Oh, Hogan. Okay, that's right. He used to be mine too. Wrestling is a fun thing to watch. You know, you get to see people become champions, and I think that might be what it's about. These children are battling. Once they beat it, they become champion. You know.
What's his signature song?
He elbows them on the ground.
Yeah. All right, well, let me get in this bag here and see what we got for you, buddy. You ready? All right. Here's number 1. Can you ride that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
Like Captain America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Nice.
Like dinosaurs?
Yeah.
All right. I'm a
That was
dinosaur.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man. I really like Spider-Man because he can escape anybody.
Yep. What is
Not
it?
even them knowing. Because he does.
Oh, like
I
that.
know how to do it.
What you want to be when you grow up?
A WWE wrestler.
What's your name gonna be?
Shadow.
Shadow.
For all the battle that he's been through, to be that happy, man, and that's what I love to see, you know.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? What's your name? My name's Rodney. And this is my buddy,
Seth.
Biker Scout.
Biker Scout.
That was Biker Scout.
Yeah, he had a brother.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, the brother that passed.
Okay.
So Kyler, this is Kyler's
His name's Kyler. That's on our shirt.
Okay. How old was
He
your
was
brother?
9 years old. Yeah.
Kyler actually, he passed away around the same time as David, just a couple months before him. When Kyler was diagnosed, David and Kyler were actually at Cub Scout camp. David was a Cub Scout and he loved to camp and shoot bow and arrow and all that stuff. And there was a weekend, and they actually left the camping weekend to go have Kyler diagnosed with DIPG. So that's when he found out.
You went to Cub Scouts with Dave? Oh.
Pink was his favorite color.
He liked to wear pink more so because he was a boy and irritated people.
Right.
He wore pink everything,
Yeah.
even shoes.
Yep.
David Jr., special little kid, man. We had a chance to visit him 3 tours before his passing, and even though David was going through something, you really couldn't see it.
He had a special smile. He even liked the lawnmower when I came by for the first time. He'd be remembered by so many.
He was just a happy, outgoing kid, full of excitement, and I'll never forget him.
I've told people he was a very good baby, but there are no bad babies. Easy baby to take care of in the sense he was sleeping at 6 weeks old through the night, which was fantastic, very early. He was always very affectionate, but he was not afraid of things. I remember we took him to Disney for his 3rd birthday, and he rode all the rides. He was very tall for his age, so he was able to ride rides that he was afraid of as he got a little bit older. Like, you know, we signed him up for every sport we could. So he played soccer, he played football, t-ball for 1 season, but he really liked playing basketball the most because, of course, everybody wants to shoot.
He also liked to do jiu-jitsu. We would even pull a mat out in the living room, and he wanted to make me tap every time. So
Yeah, his teacher would, you know, say something to him because they'd spar, they'd roll at class, and it didn't matter if he was winning or losing. He was always laughing and smiling, and he's like, David, you're losing, you can't be smiling and laughing. But it didn't matter to him. He just loved to play, he loved to do it.
He had DIPG. At that time, I really didn't know what DIPG was, and I found out a lot about it, and I got to understand what DIPG was. And David was a very incredible kid.
DIPG stands for diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma. It usually starts in the pons, which is a part of our brainstem that connects the brain with the spinal cord.
One way that sticks with me is that, like an electrical box, all the cords pass through this one area, so all your nerves pass through this one area. Your brain stem is at the base of your brain, so a very small place, but controls all of your bodily functions, from breathing, talking, walking, opening your eyes, heart rate, everything. And that's where the tumor was located, in the pons in the brain stem.
The problem with the IPG is that it doesn't only grow in the brainstem, which is a very vital structure. It is the way it grows. It doesn't necessarily grow around the tumor that pushes the normal cells aside. It grows in between the normal cells, which is what makes it very hard to take care of surgically.
David just had a headache, but he didn't know how to explain it. They don't know what a headache is because they might not have ever had one. So that was one of the things that we had to kind of learn very quickly, is that that's a headache.
His gross motor skills were a little off when we went to the pediatrician initially. For some families, it could be different. It could be a vision, coordination, balance, that type of thing. Because the tumor was pushing on the nerves, he had increased tone on one side of his body. So that's where the tumor was pushing on, so it created extra tone. David loved having visitors come by because the pediatric cancer world, I still felt like we were invisible because it wasn't obvious that David Jr. had cancer, right? People in the community stopping by, conversation, checking in, bringing dinners, having something to do helps to just keep you going.
He always had that look as like, this was fun, this was my best day, this was always just an awesome treat for him to have that, even though we're going through something that was just horrible.
Yeah, it made him feel special and like he was important, right? And that he matters, that we weren't in fact invisible, that people do care and people will show up, and that he is loved, he is cared for, and special.
The day that Yuri knocked on the door dressed as Spider-Man, he just lit up, and that brought joy to me. And ever since that day, David has always had a special place in my heart.
We thought it was just going to be one visit and be done. And then next year they were coming through for the holiday, and he was Deadpool. He dropped off a movie of Deadpool because David hadn't watched it at the point. And it was a...
PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13 version of Deadpool. And so again, here's another hero coming to visit. So David Jr. had a lot of fun. Rodney came again. So Rodney was the constant when all these superheroes would come visit him. And each time they would bring a special little gift or, big gift for David Jr. too, which is always exciting, right?
Hello. You're from Lehigh?
Yes, yes.
Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Welcome. Hi, welcome.
Great.
So what I do is I mow free loans for the elderly, disabled, single parents, and veterans. And it's a non-profit organization called Raising Men and Raising Women's. And that's what we do. We have over 4,000 kids nationwide mowing free lawns. If kids accept this challenge, they make a sign saying, "I accept the 50-yard challenge." And in return, we send them a white Raising Men or Raising Women's t-shirt, along with safety glasses and air protection. So it's set up like the karate system. Every 10 lawns they mow, they get a different color t-shirt. 20 earns a green, 30 a blue, 40 a red, and 50 lawns earns a black. And then once they mow 50 lawns, they earn a brand new mower, weed eater, and blower. To date, we have over 4,500 kids across this country that are taking part in this 50-yard challenge. And it just started from one small act of kindness.
So let's go back and pretend we're strangers. I'll walk up and ask what your name is, and you'll forget what our mistakes were, and we can try changing, pretending we're strangers.
Very thankful for Rodney. I love the guy to death. Committed to mowing lawn. He's probably mowing lawn right now. Check his Instagram, Rodney Smith Jr. I guarantee you he's mowing somebody's lawn right now.
When I was growing up, I hate mowing lawns. I had to do it as a chore. It's kind of crazy how God will take something you dislike and turn it into something you love to do. I remember one night just asking God to use me as his vessel. And it was that moment when I came across the elderly man mowing his lawn. So I done what anyone would do. I pulled over and helped him out. I ran on Facebook just to share my experience, and I told them from this day on, I want to mow free lawns for the elderly, disabled, single parents, and veterans here in Huntsville, Alabama. A month and a half later, I reached my 100th lawn, and That's when the idea of raising men and now raising women's lawn care service came about. That one small kindness changed my life forever.
To actually meet somebody that's actually like you, like a twin or something that I never had, and I just found him. You never know your calling until you find it. And he found it, he picked up the phone right there that day, and I was just calling. And he's been on that journey ever since.
And it was strangers.
Barbie and arts and crafts.
Barbie?
Hello? Can anyone help us? We're looking for... We're looking for Axel. Who you know? Axel? Hey, buddy. Oh, there's a superhero.
Hey, Superman. How you doing? He came out with his Superman suit. He was kind of nervous with us, but then he started interacting with us, and then that smile on his face, it was just like amazing.
Axel was born premature, and we knew he was coming a few weeks early, so we didn't think there was going to be any issues, but he was actually born with what's called esophageal atresia, where he was born without an esophagus. We found out at about 5 days old that he would be autistic, which is definitely not something that a lot of people know at birth.
Right.
When he got a little bit older, I had realized that there were some autistic traits in him. He was high functioning. He can say mom and dad. He calls his big sister Yaya. He can say the color blue and he can say bye, but that's about it for talking. So him making friends gets to be really difficult in life. And because he can't make friends, we'll do a normal birthday party like we have with our daughter, but nobody wants to show up.
Right.
How many birthday parties did you guys do and no one showed up for him?
All three, the first 3 years.
Oh.
I reached out to the newspaper, to the news companies up in Nashville trying to run the story for his birthday. So that's how you and I had connected with each other, and it's definitely been a really good adventure for him.
Superman!
Axel.
Oh man, look at that smile.
They get down on the ground, they play together. He doesn't really share toys, so that is a little bit of a struggle for her. But they get along really well.
She definitely has his back. That's
awesome. That's great.
He loves to sit on the couch and just cuddle her or go in her room with her and watch a cartoon on the TV. It's really nice having someone with, that age gap that understands him.
So I'm going to send you a nice big Christmas gift too for being such a great big sister, okay?
We just really want to say thank you guys for picking Axel and being able to bless both of our kids with something that was this amazing. Y'all are real heroes with the work that you guys do, and it's a year round.
Yeah. To see how happy he was, I just want people to see how simple and easy it is to uplift somebody. 5 minutes and he was already smiling happy with us. I mean, the birthday cards will probably be pouring in after. So get ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Axel, can I get one, a big hug? Can I get one hug?
Big hug.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
Oh.
You guys ready?
Yeah, let's go. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Hold on. Did you write into Santa Claus this year?
K-A-Y-D-E-N. Is that you?
All right, we got some stuff for you, man.
Minecraft.
Like
You
Minecraft?
Nerf football? Is it getting too heavy?
You can rest it down if you need to. All right. You like Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
All right, buddy.
That's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You happy?
Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Nice meeting you. Go have fun tonight, okay?
Appreciate it.
All right, good, buddy.
Well, we appreciate you guys taking part.
You go answer the door.
Come here.
You can open it up.
Hello. Hey. Hey, buddy, what's your name?
Kelby.
Kelby? Your name's Kelby? Yeah. His name's Kelby.
Kelby, that's
We're in
him.
the right house.
We at the right house.
Yeah.
Can we come in? Okay. Can we come in?
Yeah.
How you doing?
When we found out he was autistic, we didn't know. We was like, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
It was real tough. So I used to be a professional basketball player for the Harlem Globetrotters.
Okay.
And I stopped for my son. I'm a special education coordinator now, so I basically dedicated my life to making sure that he could be better.
Right. And look at this.
Wow.
You like trucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like trucks. It's a big truck, boy.
All right, pull it out. Pull it out there. More trucks.
All the trucks, son. That's what you asked for, right?
And one more thing, buddy.
Look, you got one more thing, look.
Got your rock. A guitar.
Now look at that.
Now you can play some music.
You like that?
Yeah.
One more, Kelly.
Yeah, say cheese.
Cheese.
On the weekend, Dad. So he would always ask me to look at my calendar on the phone. And he would always say, see you Friday. And he is making me kind of emotional. But he would always say, see you Friday, and tell me the date. And then he'll just keep fluently going to the next day when he was coming back.
Yeah.
His mom was like, he's saying the dates when he come back over to your house. I said, yeah, he looking at the calendar. And she was like, nah, he not looking at the calendar. I said, huh? And she was like, yeah, he done went into like 2028. And he was just fluently going. And then one day, he was just asking people, when your birthday?
When your birthday?
He said, when your birthday?
January 13th. Monday.
Friday.
Saturday.
Kelby! Yay! How you know? Yeah.
Tell you magic.
I'm back.
Boom, that's how it happened.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome, man.
do your magic trick,
When
son.
my birthday?
It's October 18th.
October 18th. Monday.
10/18/23.
October 18th. It's Wednesday, right?
How do you know that?
Show the camera. Let's show them the date.
That's Wednesday.
So you got it, son.
You got it.
That's your magic trick.
You're a genius, brother.
A genius, like to remember everyone's birthday and that calendar that's in his brain, just to actually see it. You know, you see it on Instagram or Facebook, and then you get to him, and you can't prove me wrong that he can't get your birthday right, you know, because he's a special individual. Like I say, he has a special gift. Everybody has a gift, and Kelby is a gifted individual.
Kelby, can you tell us what day is his?
July 4th, son.
July 4th is Tuesday.
Is it right? Let me see. Put it to the camera, man.
July 4th is on a Tuesday.
That's what he said.
Man.
Yeah.
You're amazing, brother. You're amazing. You're amazing.
I got to do the camera guy last one. When
Yeah.
your birthday?
June 6th.
June 6th.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Drop the phone. That's right, Kelby. That's right. You got it right again. Jeez, man. That's amazing. You have a special gift.
Just imagine what you can do once you get older. You can do so much.
Yep.
Just that ability is a special ability.
Yep.
I get a lot of questions about why the bond's so strong and how could I be the way that you are with your son. I just like embracement. People always ask, you know, when will my child talk? And my question is, what if your child can't? So I told him, like, if he would never be able to talk, like, I'm gonna love him anyway.
Right.
So that's what I did. So that's where the sign language, show me love. Yeah, show it to me. Love, good. You embrace it, good things gonna come. Just because he autistic don't mean that he can't do things. So he proving it, because I would never be able to do that. You tell me your birthday, I can't just off the top of the dome
Right.
like that. So,
Right.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's good. Just like that.
Yep.
You know, I lost my mother to cancer, and it's therapeutic to me. You know what I'm saying? Because she used to do that, give back to people and love on people, and I got that from her. So I'm just carrying on her legacy by, you know, continuing to do this. And this guy, you know, he saved my life because I was in that 5-year depression period, you know, and I met him and we went on the first 50-state tour. And after that, depression disappeared and the mission just continues to grow, you know, and you being a blessing to me today as we're being a blessing to you guys as well, you know.
We super thankful for
Yeah,
that.
no,
We
thank
really
you.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Here it goes.
Oh, thanks, man.
So we got a t-shirt.
Appreciate that.
company called
Thank you.
Autism is Life. You know, we basically sell t-shirts. That's how we came about.
Yeah.
I like
I
this.
was telling my wife when I first started this, I was like, you know, I want to be able to get back. I'm gonna just give it to y'all. Y'all can give them to people.
Okay.
So, you know, I just want to show people that autism is cool. You know, so that's how it happened.
I like that, man.
So I was like, what can I do to show people and help people see that this is amazing? And I was like, what is missing in the world? Fatherhood. It just clicked. I said, okay, like especially here in Memphis, like, I mean, a lot of people ain't taking care of their business when it comes to being great fathers. So never met my father. I don't know, I'm 35. Never seen my father day in my life. So I told myself, ever had a child, I'm gonna always be there no matter what. A lot of people will reach out, man, I got a child with autism and you just don't know that how much you inspiring me to do better. So that's why I kept going.